Thank you for the introduction, Kristen, and thank you, DAA, for giving persons with dementia speaking opportunities. So why should I speak on person-centered strategies? Since my physical disabilities began at 18 years old, I had more than 20 years to analyze compensatory strategies and put that perspective as priority before my cognitive disabilities began at 41 years old. Now I've had 17 more years to analyze workarounds for progressing cognitive disabilities. A compensation strategy, or workaround, is by nature usually a temporary fix. And that's very, very true of dementia symptoms. The strategy that worked last month may not work this month. Okay, am I supposed to? Yep, thank you. May not work this month due to progression of symptoms, or with Lewy body, it may not work an hour from now because of the wild fluctuation of symptoms. So be flexible. Trying to cover lots of material. We're recording this. A transcript will be on my blog. So I'll quickly touch on as many strategies as I have time for, and then take a few questions on the topic of person-centered strategies. Have you seen the DAA white paper on living with dementia, changing the status quo? I think the most useful strategies are person-centered, meaning even with the same type of dementia, due to our history and composition, each one has wide differences from others. Those differences change which strategies work for each of us and how long they'll work. So, clockwise. What are my psychological abilities, disabilities, and strategies? One method for strategies is capitalizing on the thinking processes that work best and minimizing reliance on those that work least. Neuropsych scores say my abstract reasoning is still labeled superior, and my visual processing is still very superior. So that's helpful for research. I still have good skills for relationships, and my writing skills are mostly intact. But after 17 years of decline, most everything else is really low. Reading comprehension, arithmetic, and remembering are the biggest holes that I need to work around. Here we compare my neuropsych math scores over time. I was in gifted math during grade school, business student of the year in high school, and worked in accounting. So my math started very high. Even after I lost my job due to what was probably my first stroke, arithmetic was still at 75th percentile. That means still better than 75% of others with 2 years of college. But as you can see, it's now dropped to 5th percentile. Numbers, numbers, numbers. I no longer understand numerical concepts over about 10. 75 and 57 sound like the same amount to me. And they look numerically like the same amount. So what do? Remember, my visual processing is still part of that good cheese. So my husband back there at the end will make a picture or a graph like you did right there. I was feeling neuropsych testing was waste. So he put together these graphs, and this is one of them. When I looked at all those pages with the decreasing color, then I could see neuropsych testing was not a waste of time. So you might consider how neuropsych scores could help you tailor strategies, at least until conditions change again. Yep. George Huba is a person with frontotemporal dementia who has a PhD in psychology. His ideas capitalize on visual processing. So check out some of his blog entries at hubisms.com. And this is the slide that has this thing on it, but I can give it to you. Now other psych needs and workarounds. Yeah. Some of my common Lewy body symptoms that create problems are vivid dreams during the night and hallucinations during the day. Lewy Body Dementia Association says ultra-vivid dreams and hallucinations are so common they're almost hallmarks of Lewy body. I have two kinds of dreams, either violent blood and guts dreams where I rescue and transport at-risk people, or reading emails from friends. I never liked violent movies, but my dreams would make great movies. They always have a happy ending, or usually, but always after lots of stress. Hero, lay down. Thank you. My dreams are too graphic to say aloud. Hero, lay. Thank you, good boy. Which makes the point that if your loved one or patient is exhausted, there might be a very good reason. Yes, they're just dreams, but for a while after waking up, my bedroom environment is under the transposed environment from my dream. So I can't tell which one is real. Then I fall asleep again, only to begin a new episode in the same environment. These dreams are more real in every way than daytime, and they're much more exhausting, so I fight sleep. Then in the daytime, I wonder which one was real. So I worried that my view of reality was being altered by these ultra-vivid dreams. Because running, hiding, getting shot, and seeing others die is, well, it's bloody hard work, and I desperately needed rest. So, strategies for ultra-vivid dreams. 1, sight doesn't pop me out after a dream. Again, because the dream reality is superimposed over consensus reality. But my husband's voice is immediately recognized, at least right now. 2, psychiatrist. Psychiatrist's conclusion is that I'm well adjusted to both past and current trauma, so with his encouragement, I take no drugs. But he's given good insight that I'm not applying dream happenings in my day-to-day interactions. 3, one of my most effective tools is a lap harp, which I was going to bring, but there were complications, so I brought my newest, which is a pentatonic drum. I don't try to remember any songs, but the notes can't clash. That's what pentatonic means, basically, to me. So I just play. And that is helpful for changing channels. Okay, so we're still in sight symptoms. How about hallucinations? Remember that although hallucinations come later with many types of dementia, they're early with Lewy body. Before I got my dog, mostly I relied on other persons around me. Is there a tick on me for sight hallucinations? Is there a radio on for sound hallucinations? Is there smoke, something hot? But when alone, I rely on my dog. I was sure there was an injured bird fluttering at the porch door, but the dog's lack of action told me it was a hallucination. The next day, I saw a bird just standing on the kitchen floor. So I was sure it was a hallucination. It wasn't. That one wasn't. I have online peer groups, and I asked friends with Lewy body. So now, retired Dr. Jennifer Butte and I both use fresh coffee grounds to relieve bad smell hallucinations. Mike Matherly and I both use overriding sound hallucinations with a louder sound, but that can be difficult because of overstimulation. Curry Weisenhunt suggested a journal for the doctor, etc. So here's a hard one. When you can't rely on your own senses for a reality check, and basic abilities of life are rapidly decreasing, change is extra scary. So what strategies for stress and emotions? Harry Urban is now living in his 14th year with Alzheimer's. He uses visualization to fool his senses into a short vacation. For me, I try to create constructive outlets for my emotions, so I'll enthusiastically pull weeds, rip sheets for making rag rugs, walk, or write. Right now, my most effective tool for grief work is still writing, then adding a picture to what was written. It can be as simple as pieces of paper behind the prose. But this method provides a page for my life notebook. And tactile memory. Look closely on the dresser drawers. I discovered that just like kitties purr when you visit them, the suction cups from octopus will suck in and out on your skin if they like you. So along with hickey kisses from the octopus, I brought home a stuffed toy to go on my dresser drawers. So you get the idea, tangible objects to hold as you're being reminded of the event. And I touch them every morning when I get dressed, because I've got to move them in order to get to my underwear. Okay. Spiritually, what are my current abilities, disabilities, and strategies? I think spiritual life may carry stronger feelings than any other category. For many folks, this is what guides the ship, but for others, it makes them really uncomfortable, so I'll keep it short. First, I want to note the Wings of Prayer drawing by Sunny Chandra of Singapore, and the meditation drawing from Nair Scholars Rock. Maybe your spiritual strategies involve connecting with the earth through gardening, or time with the woods, desert, or ocean. To each his own. As the person loses ability and control of their time, their clothing, and their environment, their belief system may become cloudy and inconsequential, or it might become even more crucial to their identity and personal well-being. Theology has been a major interest of mine since I was very young. But now I don't remember the ancient languages of Scripture. The words are familiar, but the meanings are lost. So since dementia intensified, prayer and relationship has taken priority. Also, my more recent belief changes are getting fuzzy. Why did I decide that? And when reminded, I only remember it for a few minutes. Beliefs, rituals, and hymns from my younger years are again comforting. I know that I disagreed with some of the theology, but I don't remember why. So this year, we had a Christmas tree again. I remember I had strong reasons for discontinuing a tree, but when I asked my husband why we don't have a Christmas tree over and over again, it's time to have a Christmas tree again. And now it's different. With my dementia symptoms, I don't remember the theological background. I remember the family moments from my youth. While many aspects of life are declining, my spiritual life is continually growing. Non-word communication creates unbelievably rich, exciting relationship connections. For me personally, Creator's love is the anchoring absolute of my life. It's the lodestar of truth that anchors the circumstances I find myself in and guides my decisions. So I have a separate blog for my spiritual journey. And on to social. Abilities. We can have huge differences in social needs. I'm a strong introvert, which brings, oh, click again. I'm a strong introvert, which brings different social needs than those for an extrovert. Introvert, extrovert does not mean being shy. It's your social energy. No time to get into it, but don't assume you know the social needs for someone other than yourself. Look into it deeply, because it's something that really can create problems. Disabilities. For me, probably the biggest is not recognizing my husband, especially in the morning. Since he's in bed with me, I assume he's my husband, but this is not how I am expecting my husband to look. I'm expecting a younger man. So he's learned to say good morning.
Good morning.
As soon as he wakes up. Last year was the first time I didn't recognize him in public. I was coming back to the restaurant lobby from the bathroom, and men were sitting alone at 4 different tables. I didn't go up to each table asking, "Are you my husband?" But I thought I might need to, and it brought a giggle. That's when I decided to train another service dog. No cue here, so Hero, up, that's it. Thank you. Hero, find Guy. He also, oops, that's where Guy was left, huh? He also has other tasks, like balance support and helping discriminate reality from hallucinations. And the rope means he's supposed to bring him back to me. Thank you. Good job, Hero. Thank you. Good boy. Again, remembering that each person is different, I've discovered that I'm more touch hungry now. So along with my puppy, and he's only 10 months, I have pet chickens that enjoy lap time. And it's a very lost feeling when you don't know where anyone is or when they'll come back. I mean, you're all alone in the whole world. So we use a chalkboard at the front door and, thank you, cloth chalkboards when traveling. My sister makes them. And you can see it's all written on because every time he left this morning, I needed to write down where he was. And that's what we use when he leaves me in the car, when he leaves me anywhere. Thank you very much. Okay, other than family and animal, most of my social strategies are online. Oh, I'm sorry, that is driving me crazy.
That's driving us.
My primary peer group is Dementia Mentors video chat. There, my symptoms are so common that I consider myself normal while in chat. Other video chat peer groups are Friday Nights with Harry Urban, Dementia Chats by Lori LeBay, and Dementia Alliance International. There's also a lot of online texting groups. My Facebook page for Dementia Symptom Perspectives has suggestions and links. I think it's impossible to overemphasize, thank you, the importance of communication and relationships. Relationships are what make life worth living, and communication is the building blocks for relationships. I consider communication also the primary pivot point for all major dementia issues of today. Financial, it's that S word that is so, I didn't write down this part, it just came, anyway, okay. So I devote a lot of space on my blog to issues of communication. My top strategy for communication is this. There's no such thing as background noise. most of us have no noise discrimination. All the sounds go in a big puddle on the floor. And then our tired brain gets to try to pick out the sound of your voice with the words and phrases. Reading lips, using body language can help if you are speaking slowly, clearly, and keep yourself in the line of sight. But remember, it's always extremely exhausting. Also, check out the Carrying Conversation Toolkit from DAA. Like I say, this is a hugely important issue. So please check out my blog for other entries on communication. As Helga Rohrer said, give us a voice, listen to us. We tell you what dementia-friendly means. But you must learn how to communicate effectively with us. Last note on social is words. Difficulty finding words is not new for me, but problems understanding words is. When the restaurant waitress gives me choices, lately those words have no meaning. So we bring pictures for the side dishes to point out the options. At this stage, it isn't needed every time, but when it is needed, we've got the picture for him to point out what she's talking about. Now, biologically. And again, I have good muscle strength from exercise most every day of my life, but my personal disabilities include complication from other diseases, along with intense tremors and balance issues. Sound disorientation. For many years, alarms were great memory tools, but they're not good for me anymore, because my sense of direction for sound is gone, and my memory for what things make different sounds is gone. Smoke alarm, phone, microwave, toaster. Which appliance is making the sound? Where is it? Don't care what it wants. I just want the noise to stop. Dressing is a big topic lately. I draw a heart on the inside back center of all my necklines and all my waistbands. It helps to orient where the piece of clothing belongs on me. After all, underwear is just a series of holes. Okay, and photo hallway. To remember the special people and times of my life, I need to pass through the hallway right in front of the bathroom. So I've got to go past it a lot. And so it's a great memory opportunity. Also creating a scrapbook of me. I've heard it can be helpful to retain identity. So, what do I consider the most crucial tip for persons with dementia? G to AP. G, grieve incrementally with each step in loss of abilities, behaviors, or expectations in order to A, accept life as it is, and P, find current purpose in life. G, grieve. As each new symptom appears or intensifies, we need to go through the grief process again. In excruciating increments, I'm losing you. Moment by moment, day by day, piece by piece. I'm losing not only you individually, but every single person and event and animal and, oh God, it really hurts. Sometimes this grief feels like fear or anger. It can trigger flight or fight adrenaline. After I've worked off the adrenaline, then sometimes I cry. Sometimes I not only cry, but I desperately cry, desperately pray. Hug my, there he is, fuzzy dog. Go out for lap time with the chickens. Crochet with extra soft, cuddly yarn. Or draw, or write. If those emotions hit late at night, I'll play me a lap card. If while I'm in the car, I've got a small stuffed animal on the dash. I grab that stuffed animal down, and I'll stroke it while the tears fall. It's okay to cry. I consider it renewing until the next time I have to go through it. Okay. A, grieve in order to fully accept reality. Without acknowledging the negative aspects of reality and allowing ourselves to go through the grief repeatedly, we cannot accept those disabilities, own them as ours, and find whatever workarounds might be possible. Otherwise, living well with dementia is usually just denial and pretending. Robert Bowles left for a few minutes. He has a new meaning for ASAP. A, acceptance. S, socialization. A, attitude. And P, purpose. He says, I've found these 4 things to be the foundation of living with Lewy body dementia. Harry Urban says, that's not saying you have to like it. You have to believe that there is life beyond your diagnosis. In order to P, find purpose in current life. On learning he had terminal cancer, neurologist Oliver Sacks wrote, I feel a sudden clear focus and perspective. There is no time for anything inessential. I shall no longer pay attention to politics or global warming. This is not indifference, but detachment. I still care deeply, but these are no longer my business. They belong to the future. On learning my dementia symptoms were probably irreversible and progressive, I reevaluated my own priorities. Like Oliver Sacks, I discovered a feeling of detachment for everything that wasn't in my sphere of influence. Oliver Sacks put it well, it's no longer my responsibility. So now, at your own deepest levels, what drives you or your patient or loved one? Psychologically, spiritually, socially, and biologically, 4 sections of our circle, what makes you more of you? For me, I'm all about reflecting truthful, loving kindness. And I've put together a purpose-driven life that suits me. But every person's different. So what's yours? Vicki Wells-Bedard said about her photo project, I'm trying to string the good moments together, much like a rosary for my heart. Rick Phelps said about memory people, we don't have a cure, but we do have each other. Chris Norris said, I can still play the horn, and that's what drives me. Jeff Borkoff's video talks about transcending and transforming identity. Agnes Houston, you can have a life after dementia, but it's not handed to you on a platter. You've got to choose your path, and it's scary. Brian LeBlanc, through my Alzheimer's journey, I have finally found what I was supposed to do, and it's the best job that I don't get paid for. Get up and make a difference. Harry Urban said, if I was magically cured, I would no longer have a purpose in life, and I wonder if I would lose the gift to help others. Alzheimer's gave me a meaningful purpose, to help people find the answers to their questions and give them hope living beyond their diagnosis. And Terry Gavin, believe in all the possibilities within. Allow the unfolding of a greater spirit to begin. We already have all the elements we need. We have the power and vision necessary to remove the obstacles and blocks in our lives, to create a new path in our destiny. Thank you.